Hello and welcome to what is the second episode of the second season of the WhoTubeShow. Or if you look at behind me, it says Hoob, not WhoTubeShow, it says Hoob. So welcome to Hoob. And I've got with me today Adrian Davies. Hello, Adrian, how are you?
Hello, Phil. I'm great, thanks, and thank you very much for having me on.
Well, it's a pleasure, and thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. Now, you've been a Doctor Who fan for how long?
Since I was about 4 years old, which is now 49 years ago, so quite some time.
You're not supposed to admit that. You should have said like 10 years ago.
I don't think I could get away with that, especially when it was the Brain of Morbius, when it was first on, not repeat.
So since you were four, your parents
Mm.
allowed you to watch it when you were four, did they?
Yes, it was always family viewing, and it's kind of my earliest memory is from being 4 years old, being absolutely terrified of the Morbius creature, and I vividly for years I've remembered that kind of had this memory of Sarah when she's getting her sight back and suddenly is confronted by the Morbius creature, and it absolutely terrified me. It kind of I was quite a quiet, shy child, and this just absolutely terrified me, but it got me completely hooked. And,
Thank
and
you,
so,
mum and dad.
well, more my mum. So mum was a big fan, bless her, for many years. So she, yeah, kind of the family all watched it, but mum enjoyed it and carried on enjoying it for many years. And certainly, yeah, got me into it. It was, yeah, I was absolutely hooked from that minute. Couldn't miss it whenever we were in and could watch it and everything. And in fact, the Morbius itself, it was funny. The house we lived in had a kind of carport with a landing onto it. So there was a door at the top of the stairs with a really long full length curtain. And I was convinced then for years that every night going up that Morbius would be there, or there'd be a Cyberman there, or a Centauran, and it was kind of I mean, but it was good fun because I knew the Doctor would be there to save the day.
Oh, well, that's the main thing, of course. He always does, or she.
Or she.
Yeah. Or they these days. It could be a they. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to ask you a couple of your favourites of certain things, and then I'm going to do I'm doing a slightly different. So I'm going to do a segment where I'm going to ask you your favourites, and then I'm going to run through a few things and ask you your top fives and why. Now, normally we just go, what's your favourite? And we just stick to that. But I thought I'd just change it up and do this top five thing. It might work, might not. Let's see what happens.
No problem.
First and foremost, then, so we're going to miss the Doctor because that's going to come in the top fives. Who's been your favourite companion?
There's been a lot that I think have been fantastic. Obviously, Rose has been brilliant. I think Clara's brilliant. I think, in lots of things you hear less of Clara, but I thought Clara's brilliant. I'm just in the middle of rewatching Matt's era. So Amy and Rory are just such a brilliant pairing together, and with Matt's Doctor, they're brilliant. But I'd have to say, it's really my first companion, and it's a fairly obvious choice for someone of my vintage, Sarah Jane Smith. Just absolutely amazing. Even more so, I rewatched a couple of weeks ago, recently, a couple of years ago. Kind of, was going through all the Tom stories, and watching them again. The chemistry between Elizabeth Sladen and Tom Baker is just brilliant because I mean Tom's still quite new to the role. Obviously, Liz had been there with John Pertwee for the first year, so joining in. And obviously, that first year we had Ian Marsh, who was fun as Harry. But then once it was just Sarah and the Doctor, the way they work together is just fantastic, and it's a beautiful chemistry that is fabulous. It stands up very much to this day. That just the two of them sort of bantering off each other. It's just a joyous program to watch, and that's what got me into it. And I think it was the two of them that got me hooked, and even more so in later years when I find out obviously both of them are from Liverpool. I live on Wirral, so I mean the fact that they're both local as well adds another layer to kind of that enjoyment. But I just think the way Sarah was brought back in K9 and Company is great fun. Loved that when it was first on. Would like to see more of them. Sarah back in the Five Doctors, absolutely love that 20th anniversary show. And then obviously when she's the first companion to be brought back into New Who with School Reunion, and that is just so beautifully played. And then the other episodes that she's in, and then Sarah Jane Adventures is just terrific. It's
Yeah,
great, great fun.
absolutely. It's sad loss is that, but we've got many a happy memory.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
She's absolutely my favourite too. So yeah. So, right, I'm going to go a bit. Well, we've just discussed Sarah Jane Adventures. So, what's been your favourite spin-off?
I'd have to say the Sarah Jane Adventures. I thought it was brilliant, and not just because it was Liz. I thought the whole setup, the storyline, the way it always felt to me a little bit more like classic Who. The new Who did just in the stories, the episode lengths, lovely supporting cast with Maria and Luke to start with, and then I think Angela's Ron is just brilliant, and Clyde in it as well. And it's just that there were just really good stories, and it was great fun. And obviously, if circumstances had been different, it would have been brilliant to have seen that carry on for another few series. It was just nice and fun, engaging for kind of younger viewers to get into. They might come into that. And then hopefully then go, oh, well, I'll start watching Doctor Who. And that's the nice kind of hook of the series, which maybe this new CBBC animated Doctor Who that they're talking about now might do the same sort of thing of bring people in young, because that's what worked for me and lots of other people over the last 60 odd years. They've started young, and they really get hooked on it. They carry on with it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Favorite writer,
Ooh,
modern and classic, if you want.
modern classic. Oh, thinking. I'm just trying to think. Robert Holmes. He did do Robots of Death, didn't he? Am I thinking that correctly?
I wouldn't
Was
know.
it? No, I'm th I'm
Sorry.
thinking. I'm just trying to think if Bob Holmes did Robots of Death, because I love Robots of Death. I could be wrong. There'll be lots of people watching this going, "No, it was such and such." But no, I'd have to say probably Terrance Dicks
Right.
from older series. I was very fortunate a few years ago at one of the Who on Wirral conventions Terrance attended, and it was just wonderful meeting him, seeing him, listening to him, what he did with the early 70s stories and John Pertwee's era, and then Target books. I mean, that was my staple, because we didn't have videos, let alone DVDs, and the internet. Obviously, when I was growing up, so Target books were my go. Well, yes, as we might go on to talk about, they were kind of like what I read voraciously in my childhood, and obviously Terrance Dicks did so many of them, and it was just terrific. Barry Letts, who I was trying to think of with Barry Letts, him and John Pertwee. Yeah, Terrance Dicks, terrific. New Who, that's an interesting one. I like a lot of Stephen Moffat stories. They're always quite good. But then I'm guessing I'm going to have to say Russell, because Russell's writing brought the show back in 2005. If we hadn't had that fantastic first series, which just gelled brilliantly with Christopher Eccleston, with Billy Piper, Russell's writing in the main, and him as showrunner, then we wouldn't have New Who now. And the way he's written Shooty's two series, I think have been at the most emotional depth wise, and we've always had emotion through Doctor Who, but I just think certain stories there that has really captured the Doctor, and it's obviously working with Shooty's amazing, powerful,
Yeah,
enigmatic performance that kind of really has made fantastic viewing. That I hope lots more people watch it on iPlayer, and it the statistics for online viewings go up, and hopefully we'll get some more more Who soon.
I suspect we will. I suspect that the Disney thing is probably just over, because I don't know. I mean, it was always in their top five, wasn't it? So as as people are saying, oh well, didn't get good viewings, and well, it did really, because it's always statistically in the top five for the Disney shows, but it seems that they don't want to go down a route of the third season. So, and from what I hear, they're talking to Netflix and Prime, aren't they? So,
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder with the Emmy nomination for the choreography for There's Always a Twist at the End, that I just wonder if that might generate some more interest in the States.
maybe,
And I'm always an optimist, like the Doctor, always an optimist that kind of maybe kind of that might have people go, oh, what's this program that's got this Emmy nomination? Oh, haven't seen that. Oh, let's have a look on Disney Plus. And that might, if that snowballed, then they'd probably go, oh, actually, maybe we will think about it. Don't know, because you
yeah,
don't know about their finances, how much they're plowing into everything else.
yeah,
So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that kind of the timing wise, that because from talking to different people, the kind of there's been younger people coming in and who've been really really enjoyed Shooty's series and have moved along with him, that it's kind of you lose that impetus if it's going to be 2 or 3 years down the line, that they'll have gone, oh yeah, I used to watch that when I was younger, but maybe have moved on. It's that kind of that continual kind of continuation of the story that they'll come back and watch it and then watch it again and watch it again. So we'll have to see.
it depends whether they got us hooked on it as we did, I suppose. At the end of the day,
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully, but yeah, and hopefully they did and they try it again when it does come back.
Okay, an unusual question perhaps, but um, what's been your favourite performance or favourite actor who isn't the Doctor, isn't the companion, and isn't a villain?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. Now then, not a villain.
People like Bernard
Mm,
Cribbins, that type of character.
right. Now you've mentioned Bernard, but then I guess in some ways he's almost is a companion. If the episodes that I mean, Bernard was just mesmerizing. I mean, a terrific actor. Brilliant performance as well. That whole dynamic with Donna's family and her mum, and it was just so lovely for him to be back, even though briefly in the 60th anniversary specials, and
Yeah,
but lovely mentions of it. He's just fabulous. And yeah, some very lovely tributes to him in the press and in Doctor Who magazine and everything at the time. It's just fabulous. Other actor. Do you know? I was thinking about this, having listened to a few of the series one episodes, and I was thinking about who would I say is a guest star and thing. Somebody that I wasn't impressed with the casting when I was younger, but have appreciated much more is Ken Dodd in
oh,
Delta and the Bannermen.
right, okay,
Just because it's kind of at the time I was like, oh, well, we don't want kind of another variety actor in the series. But then when you see it, it's such a lovely little performance, and it's nice to see because Ken, has done lots of serious acting roles, and again, because he's such a local star, national star in comedy and everything. It's just kind of I rewatched that again, kind of in the last couple of years, and it was like actually that's a lovely little cameo appearance from him. But I'm trying to think of other actors. That's an interesting question. Somebody will probably come back to me in a minute, and I'll think, oh, actually, I did
yes,
enjoy them. I mean, it's kind of because you've got all the unit crew, the more companion, the more like companions, kind of, even though the Brigadier wasn't huge character in there, and Gemma Redgrave as Kate Lethbridge Stewart is just fabulous as well. The yeah,
yeah.
that's one of the back of my brain is going to be thinking is something. Oh, why didn't you say?
Well, the name that always comes into my head, and I really don't think it was that great a performance, and I don't know why the name comes in my head all the time, but I keep going back to Martin Clunes.
Oh, in Snake Dance. That's
Yes,
yes.
but
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't know why the name keeps coming in my head because I don't think it was a particularly impressive performance or anything. It was average. It's normal. He didn't do a bad job. Um, but equally, it's not a Wilf.
No, no. I was just thinking that possibly Jessica Martin in Greatest Show in the Galaxy. She's very good as the sort of part werewolf character. So she's very good. And she kind of a nice standout character. And oh, what? Now can think of one from The Awakening.
Oh,
The the young character who I'm trying to think of the actor that kind of he 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 was brought back by the Malus through from 15th century or something like that. He was quite an interesting character. Can't think of his name. I
it'll
think
come back.
was he the one that played the Stick of the Dump around the similar sort of time? The actor who played him, and he was quite. He'd have made an interesting companion. So I
What,
think
stick of the dump or
they no the
the
yeah I
character?
can't think Keith, is it Keith something? No, I've completely forgotten, but yeah, it'll come back to me. So
Okay, a little easier now. Sorry about that one.
no, no,
Um,
there's so many. I mean, that's
yeah,
we've got nearly 62 years and kind of tried to think of people. Oh, there's so many stand-up
we're
performances.
quite lucky, really. The guest stars we've had in our
Mm,
in our show really are. Um,
I've just thought of another one.
go
I
on.
have just uh, Nicholas Parsons
Oh right, yeah, fair enough.
in Curse of Fenrir. Again, it's another one kind of I've rewatched not that long ago, and again. When I was at school watching that, I was just like, oh, but because I didn't know he'd been an actor, and was used to him for doing the quiz shows and things that he was doing. But when you watch that now, it's a fabulous performance. It's really, really, really good, and I think more than I appreciated when I was a kid at the time. And yeah, yeah, Nicholas Parsons definitely stands out as a brilliant kind of actor who's come in as kind of one of the guest actors.
Okay, right. Favorite version of the theme tune?
Mm. I'm gonna have to go with I am going to go with the version that was used during Tom Baker's era.
Okay,
It's the one that I recorded off a DVD many years ago from the TV and is still my phone ringtone. I
you're not
think,
supposed to do
oh, oops.
that. Fair enough.
I've paid a lot of merchandise fees and all the merchandise I've
Yeah.
got and,
Okay, your favorite
and the
version?
CDs and everything.
Yes, favorite version of the TARDIS.
The interior of it,
Interior.
interior, yeah. Love the roundels, love the original ones, but I'm going to go with Shooty's TARDIS. Well, Shooty's and the 14th Doctor's TARDIS. So that I just think because because it's such a huge space, it kind of what you think a TARDIS would be. So David running through it and Shooty running through it. The fact that the color scheme go is reminiscent of the original
Yeah,
TV, the classic series TARDIS interior, but just on such a huge scale. I think that's just fabulous. That not as keen on some bits of the console, but overall, I just think that is just a fabulous space to to perform in and to see and kind of walking into that the first time. It's just the size of it. It just looks fabulous. It just looks lovely.
I think that's going to be a popular one. Um, in episode one, the answer is pretty much the same, and it's probably mine too. It is just like you say, fantastic. It's massive. Um, I'm not sure that they'll regenerate the TARDIS this time because that probably is very expensive.
I suppose it depends how it's been stored, because I believe it's been taken down because Bad Wolf need the studio space for other productions. So I had heard it been taken down. So whether it's stored somewhere that they can put it back together, or if we have a problem in storage like we did with the kind of the Edwardian wooden console that was in a couple of Tom's series, and then I think the old thing was that it had warped in storage and couldn't be reused. But yeah, it would be lovely to. Yeah, it would make sense with that with that TARDIS
Yeah.
interior to have that again. It'd be nice to see more of it as well. You know, we've occasionally seen bits of the TARDIS interiors, but it'd be nice to see more of that one as well. But
I want to see the swimming pool that they talk about so often.
yes. Although, did
Yeah,
the Doctor jettison it again?
possibly, possibly.
uh,
Right,
I did,
let's
oh,
move into your top fives now.
okay, no
Um,
problem.
I'm okay. So we'll start off with your top five stories slash episodes, if you like.
Okay, no problem. Right, I'd say my number one these days is The Girl in the Fireplace.
Okay.
I just the minute I watch, I just thought it's again what I've mentioned before about Shooty and the emotion from the Doctor. I mean, there's such emotion from David's portrayal in that story, and the whole guest cast of. I mean, there's another brilliant guest actor whose name has just escaped me, who played Madame de Pompadour,
Yeah.
and that'll come. I mean, she's but the whole cast is, but it looks fabulous. Mickey and Rose running around. They've got lots of nice action to have. The robots look amazing. The storyline is moving. The ending is. I mean, every time I watch it, you know, it just has me welling up. It's just a beautiful story. And again,
Yeah.
that was Stephen Moffat, wasn't it? That
Yes.
did that. So I've just got a message popped up on my screen. Don't know what that was trying to do. So that's sorry, just
As long as it's
some
not deleting you, I don't mind.
no, it was something just trying to to update. It's
Ah,
like, no, please don't at the moment. So yeah, I just loved the writing in The Girl in the Fireplace, and that kind of took over from what for many, well, for decades had been my favorite Doctor Who story, which would be my number two, which is City of Death,
yeah.
which it's just you've got kind of the fabulous writing. Tom's performance is just superb, over the top. Julian Glover as Count Scarleone, stroke Scaroth is just brilliant. I mean, amazing at the time as a kid watching it. Oh, they're actually filming in Paris, and there's a lot of clear shots of right. We're going to make sure we're going to do a long tracking shot here to show we are actually in Paris because we've spent a fortune on this. But it looks now to me when I was watching it, what, 6, 7 or so. It just was fabulous. And again, Scaroth absolutely terrified me. So I did spend a lot of my childhood terrified, but Tom's doctor was there to reassure you, and him and Lala are just brilliant as Romana, and that it just yeah, love City of Death. I nearly put my City of Death t-shirt on, but I just thought I had to put this one on.
And okay, number three.
Number three, yeah, this is an interesting one. I'm trying to. There's so many good stories, and I've got kind of. I was having a thought, making a few notes and things. I'm actually going to go with The Day of the Doctor.
Okay.
I love an anniversary story. I love the Five Doctors. There's brilliant Three Doctors. It's always a good fun one to go back to. But the Day of the Doctor, I think Doctor Who was just at such um, a high of popularity for the 50th anniversary, and that story, the way it built up all through Matt's season with Clara as the Impossible Girl, bring John Hurt as the War Doctor, and I just loved that whole storyline. That it's brilliant. David, Matt, and John just work brilliantly. Clara's fabulous. That entrance shot. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, Clara arrives in the TARDIS on the motorbike, so I'm into bikes
Yeah.
as well. So that lovely shot of the Triumph Scrambler is great. The music's great. I always like Zygons. There was always a thing, even though kind of they only did one adventure in the classic series. Always loved a Zygon. I think they look fabulous. The Queen Elizabeth is brilliant. And I think that one is particularly resonant for me because I was lucky enough to be, well, myself and my partner Christine were down in London for the Doctor Who celebration for the 50th anniversary. And the night we managed to get, because there was a kind of a draw for tickets to see who would actually watch it in the theatre at the EdXL, because they only had enough seats for half the people that were attending the convention, and we managed to get tickets. So it's even though I didn't see it in 3D, it was just fabulous being there, and had people, various people from the show that were wandering around, and it was just fabulous memory, and just loved that. And that moment, I nearly, even though I was surrounded by 5,000 people, nearly fell off my chair when you heard Tom's voice as
I
the
know.
caretaker. It's just that moves me every time I see it. It was just such. I love the fact they kept it a secret.
Yeah.
That was just brilliant. Having Tom back, and then having the clips of all the other doctors as well at the end. It's just love the Day of the Doctor. I just think that was brilliant. And to me, I quite like Gallifrey and Gallifrey stories and things, and having kind of brought the Time Lords back. I was always a fan of a Time Lord story. I always think they're a bit celebratory. So I did quite, even though the Society's not exactly brilliant, but I just think that was a joyous, fabulous celebration of the show, and just love the Day of the Doctor. So
Yeah. I was lucky enough to see that in 3D. It was I, I almost persuaded myself to buy a 3D TV in order to rewatch it in 3D. I didn't. I resisted because there's literally nothing else I want to watch in 3D. Wasted a lot of money. But yeah, it was really quite good. Really good.
yeah, that's the only bit I missed from it, but it was kind of worth it for where I was
Yeah,
or
you had
where
a
we were
special.
at the time. Yeah,
Yeah, it was very special by the sounds of it.
yeah. Yeah.
And next,
Next, right, this one. I made some notes and things like that. I was trying to think which one. There are loads I could have had for the fourth one, and I was thinking like Robots of Death, Talents of Weng Chiang, Tomb of the Cybermen. I'm actually going to go for Remembrance of the Daleks
okay, yeah,
because I
I like that.
just it just what a fantastic season opener. I mean, kind of Doctor Who gets a lot of stick for the final, well, the mid to late 80s and everything, but just what a great season opener. Great story, bringing in kind of the military team. Sylvester's fabulous. Ace is brilliant. The Daleks look superb. Michael Sheard is superb. It's just such a yeah, I just love Remembrance of the Daleks and kind of Davros being the Emperor Dalek and kind of things like there's just so many. And the final kind of answer to that Daleks can't go upstairs with that
Yeah,
cliffhanger with the Dalek rising up. I just, yeah, love Remembrance of the Daleks. I think it's one of those that I do kind of watch fairly regularly because it's just, and it had such great memories for me. I was in, so that was what, 88? Was that 88 or 89?
uh,
It was 88, was I think.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
one of those two.
It was, yeah, and so I was heading towards sixth form, I think, and things like that. So I mean, it's kind of that just absolutely love it. It looked fat, and particularly at the time, the effects looked brilliant. Kind of the Dalek Ray, the Dalek Vision, everything. Love Remembrance of the Daleks. I think that's great fun, and the kind of little nods back to the I am form, and even if they did spell it wrong, the for the scrapyard and everything. It's just
Yeah.
nice little touches for the fans, but it just looked great fun adventure.
Are we on number 5 now?
We are on number five, and now I'm actually torn between two here, um, between The Power of the Doctor and Lux. Two quite different stories, um, and I've already got one kind of anniversary special, but no, it wasn't an anniversary special. Um, no, I think I am going to go for The Power of the Doctor
Okay.
because the having classic Doctors back, and again having Sylvester's back, having Tegan and Ace back was just such a lovely moment with fans. The master Sasha Dhawan as the master is just
Yeah.
fabulous. I mean that whole Rasputin scene is just had me absolutely in fits. I thought that was brilliant. Okay, he's scary and terrifying, but had me in absolute fits of laughter. It was just brilliant. And then bringing back the On the Edge, the classic Doctors coming back again, lovely surprise. It was just it was a jaw-dropping moment. And Jodie's best performance. I mean, I think Jodie's great, and I think the series got stronger as she went on. But I just thought that kind of was just such a fabulous. It's a shame it was the last one, but it
Yeah.
was just just fun story, brilliant having sort of classic companions back, classic Doctors back in it. Sylvester was brilliant, Sophie was brilliant, Janet Fielding was fabulous, Peter was it was just, and then the final cliffhanger at the end of the regeneration. We're all expecting the Doctor to regenerate into Shooty,
Yeah.
and we get the 14th Doctor. David's back. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant. And again, what fabulous in this kind of modern age of so much information being leaked out onto social media and across the internet, that was just fabulous surprise. Great fun.
yeah,
So
it was. It was.
yeah.
Right, I think I know you're number one in this one, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Your top five doctors.
It's an interesting one. I, for all my life, has always said I don't have a favorite because they're all brilliant. They all bring something else, there's something different to their own personalities. They do something different. That it's different eras and everything. Um, would have to go with Tom.
Yeah,
It just he was first Doctor. He was the longest served Doctor. His character was brilliant, being fun and entertaining to start with, and getting quite darker and serious by the end of that performance. And he's just such a character. He has such a fantastic voice and imposing presence. And it's just love his stories, love all the brilliant actors he had as companions, and just superb, and it's just brilliant that he's done so many Big Finish audios
yeah,
as well because it is just lovely. I love sitting in my car. I do like a CD, so my car has to have a CD player. Um, that I just love listening to the Big Finish audios with Tom in because it just takes me back to my childhood, and he's just got such a mesmeric performance. Just Tom's fabulous. So,
yes, yes. Number two.
yeah, see, this is very difficult because I would have thought, and I think in a year or two, I'd probably say David Tennant second. At the moment, I would actually say Shooty as my
Okay.
second favorite. I've really loved his two series. Um, I think he's brought so much energy to it, just a mesmerizing performance on screen. I think he's just fabulous. So much energy, so much passion, the emotion. And as I said, David's brought a lot of emotion. All the doctors have brought different areas of emotion, but I just think he's been so engaging. Um, and I think the key thing that drives me is I wasn't expecting him to be regenerating. I was really hoping that all the kind of the rumors and everything was just everything you get from the minute a new doctor is, oh, when are they going to leave? Is
Yeah,
all right. So I was really hoping we were going to get kind of a nice resolution and Shooty flies off in the TARDIS. So the moment the kind of like the penny drops, like, oh, he is going. And I just think the emotion he brought to his regeneration and to the end was just, I've not been so moved by a regeneration since probably Tom into Peter Davison. It just really affected. I mean, I know it's a TV program. I know I'm an adult. I've got a very serious professional job, things like. But I just thought it was a brilliant piece of television, beautifully played, and it just caught me completely. I was just kind of I was kind of stunned and quiet at the end of it because I wasn't expecting it, and also sad because I think Shooty's Doctor's been brilliant. I'd have loved him to do another two series. It's just a shame that kind of the finances hadn't come in to say, right, we'll get you in for another two series, do them back to back again, and then go off and be the mega fantastic star that you are and that you're going to continue to be. So,
you are allowed to have emotions. To a lot of people that ask me why I'm so into it and why I keep wanting to watch it. It takes me away for 45 minutes in the modern era. It takes me away to a different world, and I feel like I'm with the Doctor, and all the world's problems go away for 45 minutes, and that is something that you don't get often in the in modern life. We're constantly communicated with. There's always something. When I'm watching Doctor Who, especially when it's live, anybody who messages me gets a slap. Well, they don't actually,
no,
but
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
people get told that that's my time, leave me alone. And I like that. And you're allowed to have the emotions. I mean, the emotions when David Tennant regenerated,
Mm,
the I don't want to go moment,
yes.
that got so many people.
Yeah.
So you're allowed it. You are. It doesn't matter what job you've got, you're allowed that emotion. Number three.
Three has to be David again because he's just been brilliant. He was brilliant as the 10th Doctor. He was brilliant as the 14th Doctor. Star Beast, I absolutely loved because I had the comic, I had the Doctor Who Weekly. I remember the storyline then. I've got the audio version of it that Big Finish did a few years ago with Tom, which was great fun. And I just think David again brought so much emotion, so much anger, so much passion. And yes, you're absolutely right. His I don't want to go was just yeah, okay, I was in bits on that as well, but it's just yeah, he's just fabulous, and I've been lucky enough to meet David once, and he's just such a nice bloke. In the brief time I met him, and he just comes across so well. You watch him in the Unleashed special about 20 years of New Who and everything. Him and Billy, just he just fabulous actor. Everything he does. I mean, love his Hamlet, love everything else he does. He's just brilliant and fabulous Doctor. Even better that he's a huge fan of the series as well. But
Yeah.
and such a brilliant ambassador for the show, but brilliant actor. Those three specials, the giggle. I mean, I've watched that a number of times. I just think that is just brilliant. His Doctor and the Toymaker spark, and with Donna, I mean, Catherine Tate is just
Mm.
fabulous pairing, brilliant chemistry again. Just great fun and joyous to watch. And what a nice ending that by generation to have the Doctor
Yeah.
then kind of settling down to kind of recoup with Donna and her family. Okay, so where was he at the end of Shooties? You know, at the end of the reality war, where was that Doc? Presumably, he he was busy or misremembered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think David's brilliant. So really good.
Technically, you could be back with the whole Rose thing. You just don't know whether that
Yes,
could mean he's back. Who knows?
could be. It's an interesting one. Yeah, I'd not thought of that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, more David would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's
could be
nothing in the
interesting.
laws of television that say you can't go back
Mm,
from the 15th to the 14th and do some more 14th episodes. No, it's television. You can do what you
mm,
like. Well,
yeah,
within reason, you can do
yeah.
what you like.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean that's the nice thing that the kind of the 14th Doctor's there. He's got a TARDIS. I mean that was great fun. The way the kind of the TARDIS split and everything, really good fun.
Yeah.
And that kind of so we know, yeah, the David's Doctor the 14th is the that could be interesting if Billy is the Doctor or isn't, or is you know they could go and see that Doctor and we could have some specials with the two of them. That would be it. And you think yes, the world is their oyster as soon as they get the the paper signed.
Absolutely. Next, number four, I believe.
Next, yeah, I had to think long and hard because I mean they're all fabulous. But I think for four, I'm going to go for Patrick Troughton.
Okay.
I just think his Doctor's very different to the first Doctor. He brought so much the comedy, but so much pathos and emotion. It's just such a shame so many of his stories are missing from the archive. But the ones that we've
Yeah.
got, Tomb of the Cybermen's fabulous. The War Games, I really enjoyed the re-edited and colorized War Games. I thought that was great fun. I think Patrick's Doctor, and again the team he works with Fraser and with Wendy Padbury and Debbie Watling. They're just lovely characters, lovely groupings of characters, and I just think yeah, I think Patrick, brilliant consummate actor, and I think that comes through when the Enemy of the World was found,
Yeah.
and it's just that's having seen photos of it for years, that was so great to be able to actually watch it and kind of not a story I knew that well until it had been rediscovered. So yeah, I do think Patrick's just mesmeric, which
Yes.
sorry to all the others because Colin's brilliant, Sylv's brilliant, John's
Well,
brilliant. Yeah,
we've
they're
got
all
what
fab.
we've got number five to come yet, so we are going to mention one more.
One more, I'm going for Christopher Eccleston. He
Okay.
brought it back. What a towering performance. Yeah, serious actor, brilliant actor, great actor from being a Northern boy. It was great having Christopher there from Salford. And it just astonishing and kind of when it came, I mean, remember distinctly when the first episode of Rose aired. My mum came round to watch it with myself and my partner Christine. She'd said kind of, so what happens if you don't like it? Well, it was just like, I've got the classic year. And We all absolutely loved it, and yeah, Chris isn't into Doctor Who. She's very, very patient, very forgiving, and very good for helping me to go to conventions and things like that, and kind of and for pushing me to doing more stuff. So she's fab. But I mean, she really enjoyed the Christopher Eccleston season, and the only the only I can't say disappointment, but the shame is that we didn't get more of him because he was just fabulous and kind of he worked together so well
Yeah.
with Billy. It's just what a performance, and it was him with Billy and those stories that kind of just made such an epic entrance onto the audience globally. It's just brilliant.
Yes. Right. Next, we're going to talk about your top five. I say aliens slash monsters slash adversaries. So anyone that's gone up against the Doctor, basically, top five. Now,
Top
do
five.
you want to start with number five this time, or do you want to go just for a bit of a change? Go the opposite way.
Yeah, I'll start with five.
Make it like top of the pops.
Top of the back. Yeah, in fifth place. Really difficult because I was thinking about there are so many brilliant adversaries. So, I mean, Weeping Angels are fabulous. Sontaran and Sea Devils, love, as I mentioned before, I love a Zygon.
Yeah.
Absolutely love a Zygon. They're fabulous. But for fifth place, I'm going with Morbius.
Okay, you're first.
My first, yes, and that's it. It's just kind of like it was the Morbius, it was that voice, it was that creature, it was the whole setup. That arrival, evil Time Lord. That yeah, it was just interesting. Whatever the backstory is, there's so much story there that about the character and everything, the setting and everything. Khan with the Sisterhood, Philip Maddock as Solon. It's just fabulous story. But yeah, I'm going for Morbius because that was a really interesting confrontation, and that's what got me hooked and terrified.
Okay, number four.
Number four, Ice Warriors.
Okay.
There's just something about them that just look fabulous. The original ones with Pat Troughton, they just look such imposing creatures. And it was a shame that kind of they weren't used a lot. Okay, we've got the two Peladon stories, where they're not really adversaries. But that's the nice thing with Ice Warriors because they're not evil. Some of them aren't. They're just fabulous kind of characters. And I absolutely loved it when they brought them back in Cold War and in Empress of Mars because it was just I love an Ice Warrior. Having seen the original ones and the new ones in the Doctor experience in Cardiff as well, they look so good up close and on screen that I love an Ice Warrior.
And number three.
Three, my top three might be a bit boring and a bit expected, but three, I'm going for Cybermen.
Okay.
As a kid, I've always liked going back and rewatching Cybermen stories. I always thought, and Handles didn't quite cut it, but I remember, there was a comic, there was a Doctor Who weekly comic with a Cyberman whose programming gone wrong and was quite nice and things. And I always thought it would be interesting to have a Cyberman whose programming's gone wrong, and he's actually quite nice. He or she is quite a nice. They are quite a nice character. That I can, yeah, but I just like a Revenge of the Cybermen. People kind of for some reason, some people don't like Revenge of the Cybermen because there's not that many and they're not that powerful. But I think that's just fabulous with Tom running around the caves of Wookiee Hole, but and Earthshock
Yes.
again from my youth. What was that, 82? So I must have been about 10, 11 or so. Just loved Earthshot, them coming back, those clips of the older doctors talking about the Cybermen. That was just brilliant. And yet the ending, no spoilers, but wasn't a huge fan of Adric. But it was emotional at the time as well. And having seen Matthew Waterhouse in Who and Where Are These, he comes across as such a nice bloke. I don't know why I didn't like the character. I was probably just jealous because he wasn't a lot older than me, and I'd have loved to have been a companion.
Yeah.
As I still would, so possibly, but kind of so all the different versions of the Cybermen, I just think are terrific fun. Okay, the Cyber Masters look brilliant. I'm still not sure how the Master defeated all of the Time Lords, but we'll leave that. It's happened.
Yeah,
But they look fabulous.
they do. Number two.
Two, got to go with Daleks.
Okay.
Love, yeah, again, kind of so many of those iconic series. Remembrance of the Daleks, I absolutely love. Destiny was the first one I saw as a kid. All John's Dalek stories are great fun. Love them when he's with Davros and when he isn't with Davros. Um, the Asylum of the Daleks, Matt's
Yeah.
opening story with again so moving with Oswin Oswald being a Dalek is just kind of beautifully played, and the way they brought the Daleks back with Dalek with Chris Eccleston and Billy, that was just such a that,
Yeah.
you never, as I think Russell said at the time, you'll feel sorry for a Dalek, and you'll never thought you would do, but it just beautifully played. They look. The bronze Daleks look superb, so it just
Yeah.
every stuff. They're one of the ones that kind of if I've got some time, which no one really has, to put on a show out of sequence. Yeah, I do like to go for a Dalek or Cyberman story.
Okay. And at number one.
Number one, The Master and Missy.
Yes.
I mean, I grew up with Anthony Ainley's Master. I remember the Peter Pratt one from The Deadly Assassin, and again, fabulous story, interesting concept with the Doctor without a companion. And the Master is just great fun. Yeah, as John Pertwee said, Holmes is, he's the Doctor's Moriarty.
Yeah.
I just think, having gone back and watched Roger Delgado, what a superb, beautifully nuanced performance. The rapport between him and John is just fabulous. And Anthony Ainley, I loved all his stories. Great fun. Great, highly entertaining. And the new Masters and Missy, I just think John Sims, brilliant.
Yes.
What a fabulous, powerful performance. Sacha Dhawan is
Scary.
absolutely, yeah, frightened, properly unhinged,
Yeah.
really. So, as is Michelle Gomez, as
Yeah.
Missy, she's just it's just absolutely astonishing. Yeah, properly kind of scary, and but brilliant, brilliant adversaries for the Doctor, and the whole. Again, going back to the power of the Doctor, that kind of the whole setup and everything, the Doctor being forced to regenerate and everything, the having the mixture of Doctor costumes on the Master is just terrific, and Sasha's brilliant. Of course, we still don't know what's happened to the Master Stroke Missy. With the toy maker's gold tooth was picked up.
Yes. Yeah. And so
Yeah,
Sasha is possibly still out there. Who knows?
yeah, it would be great. I'd love to see Sasha back. It would have
Yeah.
been nice to have seen Sasha versus Shooty. But I always, and as you say, who knows what might happen? That the Billy regenerating might suddenly go, oh, hello, oh, maybe not yet. And the regeneration stops and we actually get back to Shooty if they can
Maybe.
persuade him to come back. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Like I said before, it's TV. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, right. We're going to play a little game in a minute. We're running out of time, believe it or
Oh,
not.
sorry. It's me
We've
waffling
got,
on, and we've not talked about exhibitions or merchandise or
no,
anything
we've
or
got over
conventions.
45 minutes. It's unreal. Um, so just one question before we have a play a game before we end. So the big question: what does Doctor Who mean to you?
It means a great deal. It's kept me. I can't say it's always been a part of my life. In when I was young, probably well from about 11 onwards, we'd moved away, but I stayed at school where we were and buses and things. So my friends weren't nearby, and for many reasons I won't go into. But I spent a lot of my childhood when I wasn't doing homework reading Doctor Who target books, reading Doctor Who Weekly and then Doctor Who Monthly and Magazine and like Seven Magazine as well. Enjoyed that. So it kind of was always a staple through my life that kind of it was something I enjoyed. I can't say I can't possibly say retreated into, and that was kind of my safe space. As you said, it takes you away. It's such a beautiful, bright, optimistic series. It's kind of the Doctor's, as Colin Baker said once, that the Doctor always does the right thing, and as Capaldi's Doctor says, it's about being kind, and that's kind of one of the ethos that's kind of I've grown up with is that approach to being nice to people, kind, open, treating everybody equally and fairly, and that is just such a lovely core of the show. It's not about power. It's not about might or anything. It's about just doing the right thing and trying to help people. And it's that core ethos. And that's kind of what kind of my childhood was, watching a lot, reading probably far too much because I generally just read Doctor Who Target books. And that was kind of what I enjoyed at school. Every year in English, you'd have to do a speech. But of course, the English teacher changes, so I could do Doctor Who each year, and I did, and then that's carried on with me ever since.
Yes. So, okay, right. You're going to play a little game before we finish. Now, this
Okay.
is, I'll explain this to you. I'll try to. So, we're looking for the title of an episode. So, I'm going to take the title
Ooh,
and I'm going to use different words to describe that title. So, I will give you an example. So, if I said to you, a portable light for a fool, then I'd be looking for the idiot lantern.
right.
You get
Okay.
me?
I've got you. This sounds quite tricky. I'm looking forward to this.
It is quite tricky. So you have to come up with the title of the episode and which Doctor it was.
Okay.
Point for each, and the prize is nothing. Just a bit of fun.
Oh, the prize is being on this. It's great, Phil.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you. Thank you. Right, first one: a scared spider's habitat.
The Web of Fear.
Correct. And what Doctor was that?
Second Doctor.
Correct. A place of worship on a red street.
Oh. Oh. The Church on Ruby Road.
Correct.
Shikigawa.
Correct. Make a decision not to turn right.
Turn left.
Correct.
And David Tennant's.
It was. The hour before 12.
The 11th Hour. Matt
Correct.
Smith's first one. Great fun.
Absolutely. Stolen your brain.
Stolen your brain. Ah, the mind robber.
Correct.
Second Doctor again. Dear
Well
old
done. You
Pat.
did well, yeah. I need to make it harder.
No, this is great. But it's definitely on a Friday evening. It's definitely testing my little old brain.
The top of an ancient weapon that has arrived from the stars.
Oh, top of an ancient weapon. The stars. So what would be ancient? So, not the Star Beast. No. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's got me. For Arrive from the Stars.
Yeah, I was going to say yeah, it's
Yeah,
not so easy now.
yeah,
Well,
you flummoxed me now. So I'm just trying to think. Ancient weapons. You got spears. You got arrows. So that could be a tip. Hmm.
flummoxed.
I am on that one. Yeah, that's right from the
You
start.
kick yourself.
I am going to kick myself on this one.
Spearhead from space.
Oh, spear. I'd even said spear.
Yes,
Spearhead
you
from
did.
space. I
I thought you
did.
were going to get
I
it
should.
then.
I yes. That was yes.
I
I,
thought you were going to get it.
I
And
was going
that
to arrows too much, and I couldn't think. Yeah, spearhead from
and that
space.
was John Pertwee, of
Gone.
course.
Yes.
Um, right. Satan from the ocean. From the ocean.
The Sea Devils.
Correct.
Yeah, and that would be John.
It was indeed. Uh, Egyptian building from the red planet.
Oh, another fabulous story. The Pyramids of Mars, with dear old Tom.
Um, bad dream in the very first garden.
Oh, another Tom. The Nightmare of Eden.
Correct on both counts. To cause alarm to our home planet.
It's not Earth Shock, is it?
It is indeed, yes.
Oh, Peter.
Yes. What Monopoly is? This is a tricky one.
What Monopoly is?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm trying to think of something about a game. Oh, it's not the chase, is it?
No.
No. No. So Monopoly is a game.
Have a
Hmm.
think about what when you play Monopoly, what's the one thing, forgetting what the game actually is, what's the
Right.
one thing that comes to mind
Going
about the
to
game of Monopoly?
going to jail
No,
and
forget what's on the
houses.
board
Right.
and forget what you do in the game. What's one thing that comes to mind when you think about Monopoly compared to other games?
Houses.
No.
Money.
You'll pick yourself again. The long game.
Oh,
So when you play Monopoly,
yes.
it's
It's
always on.
always a long game.
Yes.
Yes. I actually have a Doctor Who Monopoly in my eyesight over there.
Which
It's,
which was would you tell who was that?
long game was Mr. Eccleston.
It was indeed.
Yeah.
Uh, that's it for today.
Oh,
We've gone a little bit over the 30 to 40 minute mark, but it doesn't matter. It's been absolutely fantastic speaking to you, and I'm hoping and I'm sure that the people watching will really enjoy listening to what you've talked about. And I just want to thank you for coming on.
oh, thank you, Phil. I've had an absolute pleasure. Hopefully I've not waffled on too much,
Oh,
but
not at all. Not at
it
all.
is my favorite subject. And obviously it's brilliant what you're doing with YouTube. It's great to hear kind of what other fans of the shows think, and
Yeah,
hope people don't mind. Normally, when I have meetings and things, I tend to blur my screen at the back or have a background on. But I thought, kind of, given we've got kind of Doctor Who merchandise and other things, and
yeah.
a clown from the Great Show in the Galaxy to my right, that I thought, kind of, hopefully that's not too. My other half may kill me for not blurring the screen, but
I'm sure
it's
no,
great
no
fun.
one can tell where you are, or what have you. But people will be spotting the merchandise in the background. I'm pretty sure of that.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you so much, and maybe we'll have you on again one day in the future.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much, Phil. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
No,
And I hope the rest of the series goes really well.
I'm sure we will. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thanks, Phil.